And then the national championship on Monday night. Let's bring in our good friend Nole'n Stample, who, of course, won a national title with Florida State. And it will be the U, and it will be Indiana on Monday. Now, how you doing?
I'm here, man.
Yeah.
I'm here. This is a rough one. But I'm here, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm alive. I'm good. I'm healthy.
It's just a disaster. There's really nothing positive in really any direction that I can point to. I heard from a good friend today, 28-year booster, said that's it. I don't like the way things are going. My money has dried up. I'm not paying. And I'm like, well, they actually need money now more than they ever have. But it's tough to keep asking when you're putting out the product that they've been putting out.
It is almost impossible. Like, how do you look at a program and see that there's no real direction and it's kind of chasing its tail, and then still put your hard-earned money into it? So it's like, I agree. It is now more than ever. Do we need all boosters and everyone to kind of come together and be able to continue to fund this? But like, it is very difficult to watch as well as to actually put your hard-earned money in.
You and I, the last time we spoke was about, just a handful of guys that they couldn't afford to lose, higher-ranked guys, younger players, and all of a sudden they have now. Let's begin with the Desir twins, all sorts of rumors, difficult to figure out exactly what the truth is outside of the fact that they are apparently gone from Florida State. They're in the transfer portal. I know there were a lot of negotiations. What can you tell us about what happened there?
There's a lot of it's speculation. I've heard some things. I've talked with some people. But what I'm willing to at least discuss is there was some effort. There was some real effort made for Florida State to be able to retain the Desir twins. And I think that there was some back and forth. There was some not great trust when it comes to certain things as far as the negotiation was concerned. But at the end of the day, it's hard to blame the players when they are being kind of put in situations that they have to make the best decisions for themselves and not for anyone else, especially when you have people in outside forces leading, like agents and other people. So that's all I would really kind of speak on that. But at the end of the day, Desir twins have made the decision for themselves. And
I mean, Pot Roast, the new defensive line coach, Terrence Knighton, I remember him during his playing days here for the Jags. Just a really good dude. I know Odell Hagan's no longer, officially running the defensive line, but still is there along with Tony White. I mean, you're talking about good human beings. Are they great coaches? Well, that's another conversation. But I would think that they'd be able to get to a 19-year-old in a positive way. Just seems like, this is all about the cash.
Yeah, the cash is definitely taken over the biggest part of it. And it's like when you are Florida State and you don't really have the funds and things are really going in a direction that looks like we're trying to conserve money, especially if you've seen some of the coaching changes and the upgrades that we've made and the having coaches and retaining them and giving them kind of upgrades within the program, it seems like we're trying to save money. So if that's the case and you have players that haven't really proven themselves a significant amount, there's plenty of times I love the Desir twins and I thought they played great, but they have a lot of work to do.
There's no doubt.
They have a lot of work to do. So for you to kind of dish out and spend some money that doesn't make sense, I just don't really feel like the amount of money that we could have offered and compared really has any merit or have any like real weight on what something that Odell or one of them could do in order to counteract that amount of money that they could probably go make somewhere else.
And if you're getting offered 7 digits or you're getting offered, high 6 digits, there's no guarantee that any one of these kids are going to make it. I mean, with the Desir twins, their better football for them is hopefully ahead of them. And now, there's not a Florida State fan alive who wanted to lose those two, but it's all based on potential, on what they can do. So, it's their livelihood. It's tough to blame them when it comes to the money grab. I just wish Florida State had enough money to pay them. And, Nole'n Stample, our guest, I've seen all sorts of different figures. I see it goes from 64.1 to 51 million. at the end of next year as far as the buyout for Mike Norvell. So I think the question is, can you allow this school and this team to continue to hemorrhage money all at only a $13 million savings in 1 year?
Yeah, it seems like robbing Peter to pay Paul. There's no answer to it. The snowball and the effect that we are seeing from the decisions that have been made are like they're coming to be catastrophic at this point, right?
Yeah.
Like watching it and then losing a lot of these believers that really thought that Norvell would be able to turn the program around. In my mind, when I look at this program and I look at Norvell, it really sucks, but there's really no way that there cannot be a change made like as soon as humanly possible.
Right.
Like, even if you were to start fixing some things and doing things better, we kind of need to kind of shoot a hostage at this point. Like there has to be something that gets done that shows that we are moving things in a different direction, because we could have let's say we have a better season than everyone anticipated. Then what? Like, at that point, we then faceplant the following year because a lot of the players that we got were in the portal. Like, there's no real tried and true way to show that he can be the coach long term, and that is what people cannot stomach.
No, they can't handle it. All right, I want to ask you about the Miami-Indiana game, so let's wrap up Florida State. Give us some good news. Do you have any that's coming out of Tallahassee?
Yeah, I wouldn't say much, but I will say that we got Chris Jones from Southern Miss, who I think will be a great addition to the team. We have gotten some good offensive tackles. Our offensive line coach has been killing it. He's brought some guys in. I think all in all, our offense looks solid. We retained Deuce as well as Danzy, so I think that'd be great. And Boggs came back, so we do have somewhat of a team. My biggest question, unfortunately, and it goes back down, is how do you coach a team that a bulk of your starters kind of exploited and leveraged the team before? Like, what does that locker room look like? Like, how does Norvell come into a locker room like that and still say, okay, you guys need to buy into what I'm saying? That's very difficult. And I'm really torn. This will be my last point. I'm really torn because I love Florida State. It is my alma mater. I bleed garnet and gold. But when you watch players over and over exploit a team in order to make money, that's hard to watch, but at the same time, go get your money.
Oh, yeah.
Like, go get your money. I'm so torn right now. But when an organization allows to get to a situation that we are in right now, serve you right. Unfortunately, you made bad decisions, and no one is willing to swallow it and move on, and we are going to continue to deal with it until Mike is gone.
Yeah, that's well said, because I've spoken with quite a few alumni like yourself, and they're just beside themselves. They can't believe where this program has gone. But in the same sentence, if they were offered that opportunity to make money, whether it was at Florida State or somewhere else, you got to take it. Yeah. I mean, how can you say no to that amount of cash? Again, there's no guarantee that any one of these players at any one of these schools is going to make it at the next level. And if you can get paid, I hate where the game is. Because to me, it was always about identifying who your players are, watching them mature, watching them develop. And that part of college football is gone. All right, let's wrap with Miami and in Indiana. Indiana's absolutely scary. Well, what are your thoughts on this game?
I hope Miami gets folded in 3, right? I can't. I'm happy that the ACC team got to the national championship, and that's where this thing ends. Like, we need Miami to go down for sure. That'll be a tough game to watch. But I will say, Cristobal has done nothing but on a national stage show that money is the power, as well as you recruit in the trenches, you buy in the trenches, and you develop in the trenches. We had Mesidor and Bain take over in the second round, or I think it was the second or first round of the playoffs. They were quiet at the Ole Miss game.
Yes, they were.
Quiet in the Ole Miss game.
Absolutely.
But Miami's offensive line took over in the Ole Miss game.
Yeah.
Dominated in the Ole Miss
Fletcher.
game. Exactly. So it's like, one way or another, There's going to be one line that's going to impose their will on them, and it's something that I really hope that is vocal and everyone can see it and understand it, because that is where you win games, and it needs to be understood. But other than that, I do think Indiana takes them.
Yeah, and Dylan and I were talking about that in the first hour. Mesidor and Bain, as great as they've been, Mississippi did a really good job against them. Then all of a sudden, you look at Indiana and that corn-fed offensive line. They are monsters, and you have the number 1 pick under center. So I think it's going to be too difficult to shut down the Hoosiers. All right, we're out of here. Tell us about NLS Cleaning. What's going on?
Yeah, man. We're doing it. We're doing it. Obviously, we got the beginning of the year. Everyone has these goals. So we're coming out, getting everybody's places cleaned up. We do pressure washing, gutter cleaning, window cleaning. If you need anything, give us a call at 904-708-8802, or you can reach out to us on our website at nlscleaning.net. But yeah, if you need anything, any exterior cleaning, if it's dirty, we'll make it pretty.
Can you do program cleaning?
Right? I wish, because yeah, this one needs a deep cleaning.
2.5 hours west. All right, good seeing you now, as always.
Rick.